Hi students, I welcome to all of you to this session of fluid machinery. Dear students, this is your lecture which is you know that last lecture we have discussed the radial flow reaction turbine. Here we are going to discuss about the inward radial flow reaction turbine. You know the definition of radial flow reaction turbine. Inward radial flow reaction turbine is what? If the water is flowing from outward to inward, then it is called your inward radial flow reaction turbine. So let us consider the water is flowing from outward to inward then, and it is flowing radially. So then it is called your inward radial flow reaction turbine. Now if I am talking about in the diagram, you can see this diagram. This is your guide vane, okay, and this is your moving blade, this one is your shaft, and the water is entering into the system from outward to inward, okay, outward, and outlet is your outward to inward, okay. So what happened, you see, if I am talking about the velocity triangle of the inward radial flow reaction turbine, so again I am describing this one. Let us consider this is your vane. Now this is your inlet like this, and this is your outlet. Clear? Now the water is flowing from outward to inward. Now based on this, you know that last class I discussed what is the work done per second. That is your mass flow rate into Vw1 plus U1 plus minus Vw2 U2. Okay, and AV1 means your discharge. So rho Q Vw1 plus minus Vw2 Vw1 U1 plus minus Vw2 U2, where E1 is the Vw1 is the velocity of reel at inlet, and this is the real velocity at outlet. So in the diagram, velocity triangle at the inlet is this one is your Vw1, and if it is your at the outlet velocity triangle, so this is your Vw2. Clear? Now U1 is equal to what we can write, pi d1 by 60, because d1 is the diameter of the wheel at inlet. That means this is your r1, this is your r1, okay, from center point to up to this one, this is your r1, and this one is your r2. So d1 you can find out if you know the radius. Now u2 is the pi d2 by 60 again. Now you have to find out the work done per second per unit weight. So this is your work done per second, but per unit weight means divided by mg or w. So w is equal to mg, and m is equal to rho q into g. So ultimately rho q cancel out. So 1 by g Vw1 plus minus Vw2 Vw1 U1 plus minus Vw2 U2. That is the equation. So this equation is needed when you are going to solve some numerical. Now come to the next slide. If I consider that beta is your 90 degree, okay, so at that time Vw2 will be 0, because at the outlet this is your beta. So if beta is 90 degree, then this beta will be like this. So the Vw2 will be this part will be 0. So that is written here. Okay, now at that time the work done per unit weight is 1 by g Vw1 U1, that is the work done, and it is basically in case of Francis turbine, this kind of case you will get. That means the beta is flowing radially, that means flowing towards the radius. So that is why beta will be 90 degree, okay. And here the hydraulic efficiency, if I want to calculate the hydraulic efficiency, runner power by water power, we know that this one is the runner power, and the water power W is by 1000. Runner power, that means what we have calculated per unit weight. Now this is your water power. So ultimately the equation will become Vw1 U1 plus minus Vw2 U2 by GH, where H is the net head. Now if beta is your acute 90 degrees, then this part will be 0. So that is why the hydraulic efficiency will become Vw1 U1 by GH. So remember, it is the hydraulic efficiency in case of inward radial flow reaction turbine. When the turbine is at the outlet, the turbine is and that means it is flowing radially. Okay, that means at that time the absolute velocity of the jet at outlet, that is flowing radially, that means towards the center. Okay, so that is why this equation will come. In the same way, if we are considering the palm, it is palm, then at that time it will be outward to inward, so at that time it will be VW2 U2 by GS. Okay, so this amount of this value you will be getting when it is flowing from inward to outward. Okay, so the reverse of the your radial flow reaction turbine is called your centrifugal pump. Okay, so when pump chapter will come, then we will be discussing this part. Now the 1 by G VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2, that is the work done per unit weight you have got. Now if I want to calculate the total energy per unit weight inside the runner, then total energy is basically, if I am just replacing this VW1 and VW2 in terms of relative velocity, absolute velocity of the jet, relative velocity of the jet, and the velocity of the wheel, then the equation will come like this. That means you have to replace in the velocity triangle, you have to replace this part. Okay, so no need to get the derivation, you just remember this equation will come if we are replacing this value. Clear? So ultimately this value will become like this. So V1 square minus V2 square by 2G plus U1 square minus U2 square by 2G plus VR2 square minus VR1 square by 2G. So it is basically V1 minus V2 square by 2G common, U1 square minus U2 square, and the relative velocity at the outlet minus relative velocity at the inlet square by 2G. So that is your total energy. Now keep it in your mind, total energy. You have to calculate the reaction. Okay, you have to calculate the reaction. Okay, that means your degree of reaction you have to calculate. So what do we mean by degree of reaction? Degree of reaction denoted by R, and it is basically the ratio of change of pressure energy inside the runner per unit weight by change of total energy inside the runner per unit weight. Okay, now the change of pressure energy inside the runner is what? That U1 square minus U2 square by 2G and plus relative velocity, difference of relative velocity square by 2G, and total energy already I have got HE. So remember HE is this is your HE, and this is your change of pressure energy inside of runner. Clear? Now if I am just replacing, that means simplifying this, you will be getting this equation. This is your equation, degree of reaction, and as we know that H E is equal to this, this figure. So what we can write, the degree of reaction, again the degree of reaction, basically ultimately the equation will become R is equal to 1 minus V1 square by V2 square by 2GHE. That means this part is coming from after the derivation, after the simplifying of the previous in the previous slide what we have got the equation, that is the simplification of this equation. Okay, 1 minus V1 square minus V2 square by 2G into HE, where H is what? Total energy. Okay, now in case of Pelton wheel, U1 is equal to U2 and VR1 is equal to VR2. Now if I am just putting VR1 is equal to VR2 and U1 is equal to U2, so what we will get? This part, that means this part and this part will be same, so 1 minus 1, that is your 0. So degree of reaction in case of any kind of Pelton wheel or anything else where the only kinetic energy available at the inlet of the turbine, that is your impulse turbine. In case of impulse turbine, the degree of reaction is equal to 0. Remember it is. Okay. But in case of reaction turbine, it is having some value magnitude. Okay, now we know that H is equal to this one. Okay, the H is equal to 1 by G VW1 U1 plus minus VW2 U2. Now if beta is over 90 degree, then this equation you get. Okay, now if you are just putting the value of this VW and U1, ultimately the equation you can get 1 minus, here you can see 1 minus cot alpha by 2 into cot alpha minus cot theta. So basically the velocity triangle is taken into consideration, and you will get this equation. As it is beyond of your syllabus, that is why I am not going to discuss it anymore. You just have to remember the simple to solve the numerical. These are the definition which you need to know. The speed ratio is equal to u1 by root over 2gh. Flow rate is equal to velocity ratio of velocity of flow by absolute velocity of the jet, vf1 by root over 2gh. Discharge is equal to, you know that in case of reaction turbine, q is equal to pi d1 b1 into vf1, where this one is what, area, cross sectional area, and this is your velocity, area into velocity, you know. So here basically you are taking the vertical component of the velocity. Okay, velocity of flow. So velocity of flow at inlet is the discharge. Now you can see the discharge of the turbine is basically what, q is equal to area into velocity of flow. So area is your pi into d into b, that means perimeter 2 pi r, you know. So pi r means your 2r means your d, so pi d into b. So let us consider this is your 2 pi r and this is your b. So b means your breadth, okay, or width, and this one is your, if you are just taking the total length, that means if you are taking the periphery, it is your 2 pi r, and this periphery, it is, you are just straight taking as a straight line, then it will be 2 pi r, and 2 pi r is equal to pi d. So pi d into b is the cross sectional area, and at the inlet pi d1 b1 into vf1, and at the outlet pi b d2 b2 into vf2. Okay, so I think it is clear. Now in case the thickness, if you are considering the thickness of the vein, then let us consider if the t is the thickness and n number of vein you have taken, then then it will become that pi d1 minus n into t. Okay, if the thickness of veins are taken into consideration, then the area you can find out like this way, area through which the water is flowing. Okay, the flow takes place, that is your pi d1 minus n into t. If it is given, then only you have to take, otherwise you don't have to take, where n is the number of veins and t is the thickness of each vein. So discharge at that time, it will be pi d1 minus n into t into b1 into vf1. Okay, if I want to consider calculate the head on the turbine, basically it is given, you know, the pressure head and the velocity head, you know. Okay, so pressure energy and velocity energy, that you know. So this one is your kinetic energy and this is your pressure energy. Okay, so pressure head and kinetic head both are available at the inlet of the turbine. So that is why this is your head, p1 by rho g plus v1 square by 2g. I think it is clear. Now if that means radial discharge you want to find out. So you know that if the water is flowing radially, then at that time the beta will be 90 degree. But here basically what I want to find out, radial discharge means, this means the angle made by the absolute velocity with the tangent on the wheel is 90 degree and the component of the reel is 0. So radial discharge at the outlet means beta is equal to 90 degree and vw2 is equal to 0, that we know. While the radial discharge at outlet means, inlet means radial discharge, and discharge when you are going to find out, that means for inward radial flow reaction turbine, this is your equation. Okay, But while the radial discharge at outlet means your alpha is equal to 90 degree and beta W1, that means at that time alpha is equal to this one. This is your alpha and beta, and this is your VR1, and this one is your theta. Okay, but at the outlet what we are getting, this is your beta 90 degree and this is your VR2 and this is your phi. So at that time VW2 is equal to 0. Clear? Now if I want to find out the head, if there is no loss of energy when the water flows through the veins, then we have, I am just considering there is not any kind of loss of energy. Then you know that whatever the head available at the inlet of the turbine, that head is basically going to convert into work done. Okay, work done and kinetic energy. You know that at the outlet what we are getting, kinetic head V2 square by 2. So I can write the head minus kinetic energy, kinetic head at the outlet is equal to 1 by G VW1 U1 plus minus VW2 U2. Can I write? Because this one is your work done per unit weight, and this is your kinetic energy per unit weight, and this is your the potential energy per unit weight. So potential energy per unit mg is per unit weight means mg. So ultimately head, whatever the head we are counting, that is your potential energy per unit weight, and this one is your kinetic energy per unit weight. You know that half mv square. So at the outlet it should be half m v2 square by weight means your mg. So m cancel out and 1 by 2g into v2 square. Okay, so I think it is clear. And you know that work done is equal to what? Rho q vw1 plus minus, again I am writing work done per unit weight, work done per second is what? Rho a v1 vw1 u1 plus minus vw2 u2, that we know. But if I considering per unit weight, then mm cancel out, so 1 by g vw1 u1 plus minus vw2 u2. Now this 18.14 equation problem given to you, this is your homework. Next class we will be discussing. Okay, so I think it is clear inward radial flow reaction turbine, how it is operating and what are the consideration to get to solve the numerical, what are the formula you have to keep it in your mind. Okay, so that you, I think it is clear. Okay, so next class we will be discussing next part of this, the numerical analysis of the radial flow reaction turbine. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.